Hello, hello, I'm Smoke.
And I'm Cherry,
And
and
together
together
we
we
are
are
Hydra
Hydra
Game
Game 69.
69. Today we are talking about Splatoon 3 TentaBrella. The tent is a shotgun-like weapon with a shield.
Oh no, this is going to be bad.
Why?
It's completely broken.
Well, with that, let's discuss and find out. Let's start with the damage. It has a spread shot that does more damage the closer you get, and the furthest range does 17 per pellet, 30 mid, and 35 close to a one shot if point blank.
So it goes from 3-2 to another to a one shot, I guess.
Now it depends on you having good positioning and makes you really think what you are doing in a fight. Like, do you stand back or go for the one shot? And also, if you aim for the middle of the inkling, all your shots will hit. Remember, I said it has a spread shot.
Yeah, what about it?
Well, in Splatoon, accuracy is a thing, and the shots are not like a normal shot. If you look at the end of the umbrella, there are tiny little circles on it. It is like it takes one shot and cuts it up, then fires it, which gives that spread. But because of the accuracy, some of the pellets will miss.
That's even worse.
And no, it rewards good positioning and being aware of your surroundings. That's why if you aim for the middle of the inkling, you are more likely to have all the pellets hit, and getting closer works.
Okay, fine. Let's move on to the shield.
Lol, I win. To begin with the shield, when you fire it, if you are holding down the button, the shield will come out and you will stop firing. And if you continue to hold the button down, you will launch the shield.
It looks like a camping tent.
Yes, and it is just about as big as one. Now, with the original umbrella, it comes out instantly, but with the tent, it takes about 0.75 seconds and 1.75 seconds to launch. For those reasons, you should just launch it before you get in a fight.
Like the splash wall?
Exactly. The HP is 700, so it can take a lot of damage, and when launching it, it will do 30 damage to your opponent. When firing shots consume 11% of your tank, but when launching the canopy, it uses 30% of the ink tank.
Okay, it makes you a tank. What does any of that have to do with good positioning?
I'm glad you asked. Let me explain. Because the firing in the canopy is slow, it is a heavy weapon. There are a lot of weapons that can kill you faster than you can kill them. And with those weapons, like Splatter Shot and the Splash-O-Matic, it is better to keep them at a longer range and look for or use your shield to make an opening. With weapons that are mid-range, like the Splatter Shot Pro and the H3 Nozzle Nose, they have about the same range of you. It is better to try to use all the movement abilities that Splatoon 3 has for you to get in a good spot to get the splat. As for the chargers and the splatlings, try not to fight them at range, since they outrange you. Use your shield and other covers of terrain to get behind them.
But what if they are doing the same thing, like trying to get you into their range?
They will be, as when you want to mix things up, like if you like to follow behind your shield trail, try not to do so to bait them out or let them think you are, but don't wait for them to think you are there, but you are behind them instead.
Bam! Surprise, I'm behind you.
Right.
Yeah, but is that all it's good for?
No, in this game, you don't just have the weapons, you have kits to go along with them, a sub weapon and a special weapon. And for the TentaBrella, it has beacons, and for the sub, and for the special, the ink vac. The The beacon places a disc-like locator at the player's feet. It uses up 75% of your ink, and it allows for inklings to jump to from any of you or your teammates. Also, for the players, when you open the map, if an enemy inkling is close to the beacon, I guess to say, on the map, even if they have Ninja Squid, it will locate them.
Play, because this right side, this far bottom right side, is a great spot for a beacon, because it takes the opponents a long time to go around here and to kill that beacon.
Man, that beacon is really expensive.
And if you open your map there while the beacon is there, you can see the people in the top right snipe area because of the beacon's ability to echolocate pretty much people on the map. So
It does no damage. Lame.
Doing damage isn't always important, especially for the tent protecting and setting up for a push with your teammates. It is what it is all about. But we'll get to that later. Let's continue with the kit. Next up is the special, which is the ink vac. When you fill up your special gauge, you can use your special. For the tint, it is the ink vac. The ink vac will suck up the enemy's attack, and when full, you can launch the ink back at them, doing 220 damage. Well, Cherry, is that enough damage for you?
Splat a lot of players with that.
Alright, now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about pushing with the tent. Because you want to launch the canopy and it can take a lot of damage. You can push in or force your way in to the opponent's side like a tank. You make it easier to get the objectives done.
Blitz only. TC and Rainmaker are practically unviable as the weapon does not function there in those modes because of pushing back into objective. But the zones and Clan Blitz, you can push the objective with your team very well. You can ink vac the Clan Blitz push so your teammates can score and still live even if they're being shot at.
But very good in certain circumstances and situations. And for gear, well, Squid School here is talking to a pro player.
Ink vac is definitely the worst special in the game right now, and for TentaBrella, with how many crazy things, with how many bombs, and how fast the shield can get shredded, you definitely want a lot of QR. QR, at least 2 mains, or a main and 3 subs, a main and 2 subs. It's nice to have that as a safety net for how many times you'll be dying to just crazy weird things.
Okay. Do you recommend Ninja Squid?
I'd say Ninja Squid is okay for TentaBrella. Some Japanese top players use it and have swim speed and Ninja Squid on with stealth jump. I personally think that QR is better because that is what I practiced in Splatoon 2, but there is a niche for it in 3 because you can swim around behind people very easily.
Okay. So, looking at the build that I have right now, would you say that like the Japanese players who run Ninja Squid would run more swim speed than this then?
Yeah, way more. They want to pretty much negate the
Okay.
Ninja Squid effect.
Gotcha. So this is a weird little hybrid of the two ideas.
Yeah, I'd say so. I think the most common build is comeback QR, or comeback on the
Okay.
hat and then QR on the shirt and object shredder on the shoes.
I can probably
Because Splash Wall, if you don't know, shreds the TentaBrella shield completely. So if you have object shredder on, the object shredder will affect how you're shooting, So if you throw out your wall, if you throw out your shield and then shoot the opposing wall while your shield runs into that wall, your shield will live the splash wall. So Object Shredder is a very nice thing to have.
Okay.
I never thought of using quick respawn. I might start though. I do like using a lot of main saver and ink recovery, for the fact it does use up a lot of ink.
Wow, you aren't very good at this, are you?
Claim to be a pro player, but I do think I have a good idea of what I'm doing since I like playing. When Splatoon 3 launched, the tent had some really bad bugs.
So the other day, the TentaBrella kinda did this.
In patch 1.201, they fixed the issues where the canopy launching forward further than it would attend to.
Although it made for a very funny videos.
Yes, and in 4.0.0, Salmon Run increased the damage that you did.
You got that from the wiki, didn't you?
Well, yes, we don't play Salmon Run, so I don't know that much. I just wanted to throw some fun facts out there.
Fair enough.
And that is the TentaBrella in a nutshell. Until next time,
Talk to you later.
later.